I've spent years playing platform games, and I can tell you this: what's coming next is on a completely different level, and some of these games will surprise even hardcore fans by the end of this video. Mina the Hollower is an upcoming single-player action-adventure from Yacht Club Games that fully embraces a haunting 8-bit aesthetic, channeling the spirit of old-school classics while layering it with modern polish and precision. You step into the role of Mina, a highly trained Hollower, as she journeys to a cursed island shrouded in mystery, tasked with uncovering why its vital power has gone dark and rescuing the inhabitants left behind in its shadow. The adventure unfolds in a spooky yet charming world packed with secrets, where pixel-perfect visuals bring every location to life, from eerie pathways to hidden chambers tucked behind clever level design. Combat centers around whip attacks, complemented by a distinctive burrowing mechanic that allows Mina to slip beneath enemies, uncover hidden paths, and approach encounters with tactical creativity. As you explore, you'll discover customizable gear, secret routes, and a wide range of challenging bosses that test both reflexes and strategy. Fall Flat 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the acclaimed physics-based puzzle platformer, officially on track for a 2026 release on Nintendo Switch 2. Building on the chaotic charm that made the original so beloved, this new entry takes the signature ragdoll comedy and pushes it further with an upgraded physics engine that makes every movement, stumble, and solution even more unpredictable. Levels are designed to be bigger, more dynamic, and more reactive, encouraging experimentation as players grapple, climb, pull, and push their way through elaborate environmental puzzles. Expanded customization options allow players to further personalize their wobbly characters, while the promise of potentially expanded co-op means solving puzzles with friends should feel even more chaotic and hilarious than before. Though an exact release date hasn't been locked down yet, everything revealed so far points to a sequel that amplifies the series' trademark humor and creative problem-solving into something bigger, messier, and more memorable. Sea of Sorrow is the first major expansion for Hollow Knight's Silksong, the highly acclaimed Metroidvania sequel from Team Cherry, and it's confirmed to be completely free for all Silksong owners, with a planned release sometime in 2026. This expansion builds directly on the world of Silksong by introducing a nautical theme, hinting at new story areas centered around seas, underwater realms, shipwrecked environments, and coastal ruins that expand the game's already rich setting. Early teasers and developer notes point toward brand new regions to explore, fresh boss encounters, new enemies to face, and additional tools or abilities that deepen the gameplay while increasing its challenge. Darwin's Paradox is an upcoming action-adventure platformer developed by ZDT Studio and published by Konami, starring Darwin, an octopus abruptly ripped from his peaceful marine home and thrust into a strange, unsettling world controlled by a mysterious corporation known as U-Food Inc. This premise sets the stage for a quirky, infiltration-style adventure where survival depends on intelligence rather than brute force. Gameplay emphasizes stealth, clever movement, and deep interaction with the environment, setting it apart from traditional platformers. Darwin must rely on his octopus instincts to survive, using camouflage to blend into surroundings, clinging to walls and ceilings with his sucker-lined arms, and deploying ink clouds strategically to distract or disorient enemies. Each encounter encourages creative problem-solving, blending classic platforming mechanics with stealth conventions that reward patience, observation, and experimentation. Out of Words is shaping up to be one of the most visually distinctive and emotionally resonant co-op experiences, arriving on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, blending handcrafted stop-motion art with heartfelt storytelling and demanding collaborative gameplay. Players take control of Kurt and Carla, two characters who mysteriously lose their voices and set out across the surreal world of Vocabulantis to find them again, all while their friendship and ability to communicate are constantly tested. Every element of the world feels lovingly handcrafted, with characters and environments designed to resemble real clay figures and physical sets, giving each scene a tactile warmth and soul rarely seen in games. This stop-motion aesthetic isn't just visual flair, but a core part of the game's identity, making every jump, puzzle, and interaction feel like stepping into a living art piece.
You? Me? And you? Bag boy. Yes, children, I have a feeling.
Aeterna Lucis stands as the next major chapter in the Aeterna universe and serves as a direct sequel to Aeterna Noctis, a Metroidvania celebrated for its intricate world design and demanding exploration. Originally planned for release in 2025, the game was deliberately delayed to 2026, so the developers could fully realize its ambition and avoid being overshadowed by other major releases. This new entry expands on the franchise's defining pillars of fast-paced combat and deep layered exploration, drawing players into a vast interconnected world overflowing with secrets, hidden routes, and formidable enemies. While Aeterna Noctis centered on the eternal conflict between two immortal monarchs, Aeterna Lucis shifts its narrative focus to the Queen of Light herself, who must confront spreading chaos and restore balance in the aftermath of devastating cosmic upheaval. Progression follows classic Metroidvania principles, requiring mastery of combat systems, the acquisition of new abilities, and careful backtracking to uncover previously unreachable areas. Cosmic Holidays is shaping up to be a standout indie adventure for 2026, built around a sense of wonder, calm exploration, and intimate discovery on an alien world that feels alive at every turn. You play as Chibo, a charming protagonist whose simple yet heartfelt goal is to reach a long-awaited vacation resort after crash landing far away from it. The game's identity is defined by its focus on interaction with nature and physics-based movement, anchored by Chibo's unusual ability to inflate his head, a mechanic that unlocks a surprisingly deep traversal system. This ability allows you to glide on air currents, bounce off surfaces, squeeze into tight spaces, absorb impacts, and roll across obstacles, making movement central not only to exploration, but also to solving environmental challenges and uncovering secrets. The world itself functions like a living organism, with expansive landscapes filled with flora and fauna forming intricate mini ecosystems, from floating sky platforms to glowing plants that respond to day and night cycles. Mega Man Dual Override marks a major milestone for the iconic franchise as the first mainline entry in the classic Mega Man series since Mega Man 11 in 2018, developed as a full-numbered installment rather than a spin-off or remake. Capcom revealed the game during the Game Awards 2025, confirming a 2027 release and announcing versions for Nintendo Switch 2 alongside other consoles and PC. At its core, the game remains faithful to what fans expect, delivering crisp 2D platforming, precise robot-busting combat, and stages built around reflex-driven challenges, while modernizing its presentation with vibrant visuals and refreshed level design. Players dash, jump, wall slide, and blast their way through environments packed with robotic enemies, hazardous traps, and unique boss encounters that demand both skill and strategy. Elusive is an adventure and exploration-driven experience that blends Metroidvania-style progression with a mix of 2D and 3D platforming, creating a constantly shifting sense of scale and discovery. Players control Zoe, a young raider who ventures through mysterious landscapes that alternate between expansive side-scrolling sections and deeper, more immersive 3D spaces, allowing the world to unfold across multiple dimensions. The game places strong emphasis on movement freedom and player choice, with traversal designed to feel fluid and rewarding for those willing to explore beyond the obvious path. Hidden routes, secret chambers, and newly unlocked abilities gradually open up alternative ways through the environment, reinforcing a sense of curiosity and ownership over exploration.
They're quick and stealthy, using guard cloaks to keep them hidden, and Elusive combines exploration with resource and treasure gathering. Elusive is an adventure and exploration game, ways and tunnels within the walls that will lead you to
Dark Queen of Samobor is an atmospheric action-adventure side-scroller deeply rooted in Slavic mythology and Croatian folklore. Developed by Downtown Game Studio and presented as a narrative-driven 2.5D experience. You step into the role of a medieval knight returning home from the Crusades, only to discover your homeland twisted and corrupted by the dark magic of an evil queen. The world draws heavily from Croatian myths and folktales, sending you through ominous forests, desolate wastelands, and monster-infested regions as you battle grotesque creatures and slowly work your way toward confronting the Dark Queen herself in a climactic showdown. Gameplay blends action combat with puzzle platforming and cinematic storytelling, evoking comparisons to moody indie experiences like Inside or Song of Iron, while maintaining its own distinct cultural identity.
Willing